to be going higher. Well, after trending lower for the last 3 weeks, mortgage rates are now rising slightly all over the country. Freddie Mac is out with its weekly survey. Here's a look at the averages.
Nationally, the 30-year fixed rate average climbing back to 5.2%. This is that level that we saw 2 weeks ago. The Southeast region coming in with the lowest average.
So what can we expect in the weeks ahead? Here with his take, Barry Habib, CEO at Mortgage Market Guide and producer of a very successful show on Broadway. Good to see you, Barry.
Thanks so much.
We should say Rock of Ages is the name of the show, soon to be a movie.
It's
all right,
great.
Let's talk about interest rates, because we saw this spike happen about 5 weeks ago. It went up to over 6% from 4.75. Everybody said
5 weeks.
In 5 weeks, everybody said, okay, here we go. Here's the inflation we've been talking about. Here's the interest rate. We're going to go back up to double digits. Didn't happen. Why not?
Well, because that was a spike that came out of supply. A couple of things. You have massive debt that we're financing as these auctions come into the market, that those treasury dollars compete with mortgage bonds, mortgage-backed securities, which mortgage are based on. And hey, we did a ton of refinancing over the past couple of months. You know, when rates hit 4 3/4, lots of smart people took advantage of it. And the closings from those refinancings all come on the market. And even though the Fed's buying, you have a lot more of that supply coming on the market. And as it floods the market, rates start to go up, because you see bond prices getting worse on mortgage bonds.
We got existing home sales numbers today that looked a lot healthier than what we've seen in the past. Are you buying those numbers? And I know you're an optimist. You always have been, and this is your business. So it's easy to say everything's great, but Barry, there's still a huge amount of inventory on the markets there, and prices are still falling.
Well, actually, this month, they actually ticked up slightly. Okay, so yes, with a grain of salt, we'll take those numbers. 9.4 month supply is still a little bit too much. Yes. But it's the best number that we've had in a year. It's down from 10.1 months. And in addition to that, we're seeing a little bit of stabilization here. Over the past 3 months, the reports have been better than anticipated. Now, on a relative basis, when you look back from the terrible levels, yes, they're better. But when you look at it from just a couple of years ago, they're pretty weak still. Now, to go to your point about being optimistic, I still think this is a good time to be a buyer if you're going to be there long term. And if you buy smart, if you buy below the market. You still have to be very, very careful, though, that said.
But inflation. Now, the Fed has said, you know, they're not worried about it. They're going to continue their very accommodating policies, keeping rates low. But the Fed has been wrong before, frankly.
It's the same Fed that said that we're going to see unemployment
exactly
just a year ago.
As you see the market popping, and as you realize more of the cash that's being held by banks will go out and possibly create inflation, might that move rates up?
Absolutely, and I do think that we could be making a really big mistake by having a cavalier attitude about inflation. Inflation is a bad thing. It's not like the miss on unemployment was not good, certainly, but if you miss on inflation, it's really bad. Inflation's caused revolts, wars. It's a bad thing. It caused World War II. You know, when we had the great inflation in Germany due to them printing money because they couldn't pay the restitutions from World War I, that was a bad thing. So they couldn't sell treasury auctions. We're kind of doing something like printing money right now. In 1923, Germany had to print money so fast that it could only print one side. Six-pack of beer cost 4 billion marks, okay?
Oh, man.
So that's a scary situation for us.
Even Pabst Blue Ribbon?
Yeah, even that was expensive.
Barry Habib watching mortgage rates for us. Good luck. And you sold the Rock of Ages script to?
New Line Warner Brothers as far as making a movie. So we're really excited about that. Thanks a lot, Les.
David wants the lead.
Fantastic.
Thank you.
play in the league.
All right.
I mean, put a wig on him, he'd be okay for
Do
that.
it. Rock on.
I
Thank
could
you,
grow
Barry.
it. I'll grow it.
Constantine, there's somebody that
Constantine does a great job. I don't want to
He
share
really
that
does.
stage with anybody like him.
Thanks,
okay,
Barry.
thanks very much.
Technology.